And then I talked to my stepmom about it, and I think it was just the fact that he didn't even really know how to explain it himself. So it's best to just not talk about it.
Oh, so it's like lack of education plus a little bit of fear.
Yeah, exactly. So it did bother me in the beginning, but when I think about it from my dad's point of view, I get it. And it's just kind of like, well, that's fine. At least I don't get grilled when I go to family dinners and like meet his friends, you know? So it makes it easier on everybody.
Yeah, true. If anything, it'll probably bother you, but like, when are you going to get married?
Oh, yeah. Thank God that line of questioning has not come up yet.
Oh, not yet?
Not yet.
Give it time, girl. Give it time. Give it like maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, God.
Okay, so I just want to switch gears a little bit on a lighter note. Tell me about the first time you consumed cannabis. What was it? Was it a joint? What was edible?
Okay, so the first time I consumed cannabis, it was in first year, first semester. I lasted, 2 months alone in Montreal before I was like, yes, let me do drugs. So I remember, I went to university with a bunch of my close friends from Hong Kong, and my boyfriend at the time, he lived on a floor where they befriended a girl who was like stoner, you know? And then she found out that I had never smoked before. Like, I didn't even know what cannabis smelled like going into uni. That's how like straight edged I was. So when she found that out, she was like, I gotta, like, do you want to try? Like, I'll give you some. So I ended up smoking a bowl, with the 4 of us outside. It was like cold. It was October in Montreal. And so I smoked a couple hits. I didn't know how to inhale properly, and I didn't know what to expect. And all I remember was thinking to myself, am I high? Like, I have no clue. And we went back to her dorm room and just watched a movie. And I was just like cuddling a water bottle for 2 hours while watching the movie.
That was your best friend.
Yeah. I was like, my throat burns so much. That's all I could think of. And then I went to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, my eyes are red. I must be high. Is this what being high feels like? And then I went back to my room and I was like, oh, I just got high. I smoked weed for the first time. High school me said I never did.
Yeah, exactly. God, I love that.
And I was like, so that was being high. I wasn't 100% sure if that was what it was like. And so after that, I started smoking with like my guy friends. We would go in on like a 3.5 gram bag between the 4 of us, and it would last like a month.
Wow.
I know. We were such babies.
Oh, that is so cute.
I know.
That's actually so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, I want to jump back into your like family dynamic. So you mentioned like your stepmom smokes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's medicinal.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that your father is completely accepting of that.
Yeah.
Can you maybe like talk about that a little bit? Like, I don't know, like I'm kind of confused about it because I'm just like, your stepmom consumes, but your father is not okay with it, but not okay with you working in the space and consuming it. I'm confused.
Okay, so he's not against me working in this industry.
Right.
He has like no problem with that. It's more about me consuming the product.
So where does, I don't know, like I'm not getting it. Like I get that you're saying that, you know, you're his one and only daughter.
Yeah.
You know, you're the little girl.
Yeah.
So like what's the conversation like between your stepmom and your father? Do you know?
I have no clue.
No? Okay.
I know my dad has never asked my stepmom about me smoking, but that's where I think the denial thing is happening. I'm like,
okay.
Because if he asks, then it's like he has to face the truth versus right now he kind of skirt around it and be like, oh, that's not weed I smell in our bathroom. You know, he doesn't know 100% and like that's, he likes living with that.
Right.
Versus my stepmom smoking, it's like he knows it's medicinal. He knows it helps her. It gets her off of like the actual medication that like doctors have given her that we've seen impact her life negatively. So he's seeing kind of the difference between cannabis and her meds.
Got it. Okay.
Versus with me, I think it's more like, oh, she uses it recreationally. It's a drug. Like
you're smoking, going partying.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's the difference between that. And so that's kind of how I interpret it in my head. I've never really talked to him about this.
Right. Fair. Yeah. Okay. Totally understood.
Yeah. So then that's like for him, he kind of feels the same way about cigarettes. It's like I can never smoke them because I'm his little girl. I don't smoke cigarettes, just by the way, on record.
Yes.
It's just like the whole, like, I'm a girl, I'm his little baby, like I'm his firstborn, everything. It's too much for him to handle.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, you're not my little girl anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember the story you told me that, like, made you fear, like, cannabis. I really want you to just, like, give me, like, maybe, like, a 2-second, not 2 second, but, like, maybe, like a short version of it. Because it was, like, a really epic story that you told me.
That made me fear cannabis?
Yeah, like, that made you realize, like, dude, I'd never want to touch this drug ever again. And it's a bad drug. Or, like, it's terrible. Do you remember that story you told me?
Was it when I was in high school?
I think so. You were, like, on a school trip or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was my ex. So.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, I never touched it. I didn't even know what weed smelled like. So, yeah. So, at the time, it was the same guy that I went to uni with. So, we've been dating since high school. And I remember when we first started dating, so we had this school trip every year where you pick a place and you go with the school. And so he was going to Korea with like that group, and he and his friends smoked weed, and somehow his parents found out. And when he went on the trip to Korea, they were worried that he had weed on him. So they notified the teaer on duty on that trip, who just so happened to be the vice principal of the school as well.
What? Oh my God.
So he was royally like, because they had gotten to Korea when the principal got the email from his parents. And so he got caught on the trip basically, and they like searched him and everything. And like when he came back, they like reprimanded him. They almost kicked him off of like the basketball team.
Wow.
And and like almost suspended him and all that. And I remember his parents were so harsh on him. They took away his phone for like 3 months. I couldn't see him for like a while. It was intense. And I was just like, I was so upset because of this whole ordeal that like after that, I think it was 10th grade. That I was like, drugs are terrible. Look what they do to you. You're in so much shit because of this. I'm never touching it. How could you do this? And then somewhere between like 10th and 12th grade, I came around to being like, yeah, I want to try it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's like a really scarring thing.
Yeah.
Especially when you're that young.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I just saw like his parents, all the school boards, the principals were all involved. Like all his friends knew, our grade knew. It was intense.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. That is a serious like walk of shame right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they made him feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No.
I feel bad for sharing this.
Yeah. No, please share. Cause like that, like as a teenager, watching that go down, like, whoa, you never want like your teachers and your friends to know about like your shitty life at that moment, you know? It's like, oh crap, like you fucked up, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to hear your opinion. Do you think women face harsher judgments or adversity in any way because of their cannabis consumption? This is an open opinion. What do you think?
I definitely think, at least in Asian culture, smoking anything, be it cigarettes, cannabis, it's deemed not ladylike. You're not proper. You're not someone you can take home to your parents. It's just not what the ideal Asian wife should be doing.
I like how every time you say it, your eyebrows are going up. And you're just like that thing, you know?
Because I just know I don't fit into that mold like whatsoever.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? Like Greg was telling me about this like word anti-Asian. Oh my God. I was just like, we're probably the ultimate anti-Asians, right?
You have like
my braids
right now, okay?
Yeah, Yeah, seriously. I don't even think my mom knows that I got this done.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So anyway, tangent. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's part of the whole mold and like the idealized version of what an Asian woman should look like. They should be prim, proper, quiet, and feminine. And smoking cannabis, it doesn't fit within that picture. And I feel like it definitely influences how someone thinks about you as a female Asian woman. I mean, I haven't experienced anything outright personally, but it's just, I don't know, it's just the vibe I get.
The energy?
Yeah, the energy. And maybe it's because of the way that I understand my family to understand my employment position right now and not how they've treated me, but basically like the vibe I've gotten from that is kind of how I would see most traditional Asian people to think about a girl who smokes cannabis. And so I am making a generalization. There are Asians out there who are chill.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
exactly.
Totally.
Yeah, so I definitely think it impacts how you're thought of as a Asian female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you know if you have any friends that are recreational or medicinal cannabis consumers that are still in the closet about their consumption?
Closet to their friends or to their families?
Both. Either one.
Okay, then all my Asian friends.
Really?
Yeah, none of their parents know that they smoke
Really?
weed.
All of that?
Yeah, my roommate and I smoke together like every night. Her parents don't know.
Oh my goodness. Interesting.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
And then the girls I smoked with back in uni, their parents don't know. Like no one's parents know. They all think it's shocking that my stepmom and my mom knows.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like for them, I am the outlier because they would never tell their parents that they smoke. They might tell them, like, after it got legalized, I know a lot of them told them that, oh, I tried it.
Once.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a couple times, you know? Just to be like, yeah, I'm not totally straight edge, but they would never come out to the parents and be like, yeah, I smoke weed every day. Ever.
Wow. I didn't know that because it's so funny because like I find that in my like circle of friends, like especially like on the Asian circle side, a lot of them actually don't consume, but they are like open to it as a drug recreationally and medicinally. So they see the benefits of it and legalization. So they do support it essentially, but they're all like, I always have the friends that are like, I don't like the way it smells. I don't want it. I don't get it. I don't see the point. You know, that kind of person.
Yeah.
So that's the person that I have come across a lot.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting to see that like you have all the friends in the world that like consume it on the regular, but would never tell their family about it, would never talk to their, like, yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I own the friends that I do know who smoke like habitually and their parents know are Caucasian.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, my best friend, when we both lived in Hong Kong, like when we went back for uni and stuff, like we would smoke at her house on her balcony, and her parents would come out with snacks and munchies.
What?
Yeah, the difference between our households was insane.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I literally had to like hide stuff. And, oh my god, that's so crazy to me.
Yeah, her parents are dope.
Wow, that's the best. Yeah.
They're dope.
Wait, is she also the friend whose grandma smokes weed too?
Oh yes.
Oh my god.
She's coming to visit me next week.
Oh my goodness. That is so awesome.
Yeah, so like her family totally is into it. Her aunts and uncles, she'll smoke with them too. I've smoked with her family. Like I remember
best family ever.
I remember she came like a couple years ago for Thanksgiving. She came on my family vacation trip to like Great Wolf Lodge, which is like
cute.
a kids indoor water park.
But really fun though.
Yeah. And then we hotboxed the hotel bathroom with my stepmom. That is a memory I will never forget.
Oh my god. I wish I was there.
Yeah.
I have like major FOMO now.
It was great.
That is so hilarious.
Yeah. But like her family, we don't even have to hide. It's just like I rock up and then we spark up.
It's part of our family life.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So I do have friends who are out technically to their parents, but it's, the only ones I can think of are Caucasian.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I just want to close. So what do you want to see change in the cannabis space right now? Culturally, in the industry, anything?
Culturally, I feel like culturally, in terms of the people I'm seeing in leadership positions, I would definitely love to see more ethnic minorities take on those roles. It's just, selfishly, I'm like, oh, I want to see people who inspire me that look like me, you know? And I want to see them make it so that I know that I can walk in the same footsteps as them. I mean, hopefully one day I'm one of those people.